Hi there, I'm Mike. What I have for you today is some very special Star Wars The Black Series news. Today is March 31st. It is Fan Celebration Day according to Star Wars, Hasbro, Lucasfilm, someone. Today's actually the day The Rise of Skywalker comes out on Blu-ray, and they said they were going to announce some figures today, and they did. So let's go over that. It did it in kind of an interesting way this time. What they did was they spread the news out between a couple of different popular people on there, like TechnoAxe and Jedi Insider and Fly Guys. There's a lot of different places to get news today. It was actually kind of annoying to go around all the different sites. By now you've probably seen a lot of it, but I want to give one definitive, cohesive place that you can find them all. So let's talk about the news, things that were announced today. The way I see it, there are 3 different categories of figures that were announced today. The first one is carbonized figures. So 2 carbonized figures were announced today. I am not a fan of carbonized figures. I've said this on my last couple of figure reviews that have had carbonized versions. They're $5 more. I mean, they're shiny. That's all they are. So let's talk about what they are real quick. The first one is Boba Fett. So they announced carbonized Boba Fett today. He does have a little Empire Strikes Back logo on the top of his box, which is pretty neat. He's the exact same release that we've had 3 or 4 times, 5 times. Let's see, the original 2013 release, the archive release, the Walgreens white version, and then the Kenner colored version that was an exclusive. This is the 5th version of the same figure we've already had, just with different coloring. And I have to say, for a 2013 figure, it's really starting to show its age. I get why they're doing this. They're just recoloring figures they've already made to push out to get money on the cheap. That's why I don't like them. But I'm gonna buy them because I have to. But yeah, with the articulation, I mean, the original Boba Fett was never very articulated in the first place. He was one of the first figures ever released in the line back in 2013. He was part of the second wave, and they haven't done anything to update it other than recolor him a couple times. There's just not a lot there, and there really could have been, there really should have been. If you have a guy in a Boba Fett by now, I mean, this is a good opportunity to do so, but I feel like between the original and the archive release, at the very least, you should probably have one by now. But there are people that want carbonized versions because they like the shiny, so there's that. The next one is the carbonized Stormtrooper. Again, this is Empire Strikes Back kind of theme. It's a little logo on the top of the box. Now, I'm very interested to see what the sides of these boxes look like. In the past, carbonized versions of these figures have just been shiny versions of the regular boxes. But these figures never came out in this style of box. I guess that's not true. The Stormtrooper did. I'm very curious to see what the Boba Fett number on the side is, if it even has a number. It's just a weird oddity for me. But this Stormtrooper, again, it's just the regular Stormtrooper mold that we've had a bunch of times so far. They've been recoloring recently, like with the Force Unleashed one, but it's silver. It kind of looks like, to me, if Star Wars were Pokemon, this would be a pre-evolution for Captain Phasma. I'm gonna buy it, of course, and I'm probably gonna open them. This one's definitely going on the shelf with the rest of my Stormtroopers because I like having a little rainbow of Stormtroopers, all the different reds and blues and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun just to have another color of Stormtrooper. Both of these carbonized versions are actually up for pre-order right now. If you wanna order it, you can. I know on Hasbro Pulse, the Boba Fett sold out instantly. I got both of mine up for pre-order on Dorkside Toys. I'm not pushing them, but they're actually the first people that I saw that announced it. I got an email from Dorkside Toys, and it said, hey, carbonized Boba Fett and Stormtrooper up for pre-order. So I said, okay. And I went and pre-ordered them there. They're the first people that literally told me about them. I didn't even see them on social media. But if you want to get them, I mean, you can pretty much get them in any online retailer that I've seen. I'm pretty sure they're fan channel exclusive, meaning they're probably not going to show up at like Walmart or Target, but any of the specialty shops, they'll probably get them. So pick your favorite one and order it if it's still available. So next we have 4 more figures. None of these figures are coming out anytime soon. From what I've seen, they're coming out in the fall. They're not pre-orders, so if you're looking for pre-orders, just stop looking. But the next 2 on this list are sort of retools, figures that we've had before, but they've been changed up just a little bit. So the first one, and sort of the most boring of the 2, is Darth Vader. This is Empire Strikes Back themed Darth Vader. And after looking at the pictures that they've shown off, the only difference I can see from that and the A New Hope release Darth Vader is the head doesn't have the red tinted eyes, and then the cloth armor is under the shoulder instead of on top of the shoulder. That's it. I can't see any other differences. He comes with his lightsaber. You know, I wish there was more stuff to come with Darth Vader, especially for a re-released Darth Vader. But I can't say I'm not happy with him because that A New Hope Darth Vader is probably one of the best figures in the line. So I would like a more Empire Strikes Back themed version to go on my Empire Strikes Back shelf. The next one is one that we've all wanted basically since November when we first saw him on TV. That's the full Beskar armored Mandalorian. If you watch my Mandalorian review, you know my number one critique of the figure is that the figure they chose to give us is one that was only in the first 10 minutes of the first episode, and then he got armor upgrades. Now we get the full Beskar armored Mandalorian. And yeah, he's basically just the same one we got already, but with some retool on there and then a lot of repaint to give his armor that Beskar look. So it's not just a straight repaint like a carbonized version is, it's actually more of a retool along the shoulders and arms and stuff because he does have different armor on. So that's nice. But the big thing here, the coolest thing here, is that he finally got one of these or one of those. He got a rocket pack, and that's cool. I guess spoiler alert for the last episode of the show, season 1 anyway. It's cool that they're doing that. It's cool they're changing it up just a little bit, and it's cool they're giving them an extra accessory. Now the last two figures they released today are actually, as far as I know, pretty much brand new figures. They're both Return of the Jedi kind of theme, which is weird for the whole 40th anniversary Empire Strikes Back thing going on. I wasn't expecting to get more Return of the Jedi themed figures until closer to the 40th anniversary of Empire in 2023. But I'm not complaining at the very least because I'm very excited for all of these. Number one, we have Admiral Ackbar. Now, this Ackbar does pretty much just look like the Admiral Ackbar that we got from the 2016, I think, 2-pack from Toys R Us, but it's just the head. As far as I can tell, from the neck down, he's completely different. And the head might be new too. I can't tell from just the pictures they showed off, but we already have had an Ackbar in there, and that Ackbar head was fantastic. I don't mind even if it is because the mouth moves and all that stuff. At the very least, from the neck down, he's pretty much an entirely new figure. He has the new knees that I'm not super keen on, but it looks like Hasbro's going with that mostly anyway, so I might as well just get used to it. I will say one nice thing about the new knees where it doesn't have the double joint, it's just a single joint with a swivel. The double joints on some legs can kind of bow in or bow out. So I think the likelihood of that happening on the new figures is a lot lower, if non-existent at all. So that's a positive spin on something. I just prefer so far the double jointed. But the figure itself looks good. He doesn't come with a lot. It comes with a gun from what we've seen. And I do wish maybe he would come with more stuff, but there's always a chance for more surprises, so who knows? And lastly, the very last figure announced today is our very first Ewok in the line. Now, if you had told me, hey Mike, what's the first Ewok you think they'll put out in the Black Series line? Of course I would have said Wicket. Maybe I would have said Chief Chirpa. I probably would have said Tebow third, but that's the one that they chose to go with. So we're getting our very first Black Series Ewok. He's Tebow, and he looks like this, and it looks fantastic. Look at the sculpting on that. The sculpt, the paint. He's got his cool headgear. He's got all of the different bands. He comes with 3 different accessories. He comes with a knife. He comes with an axe, he comes with a spear. So for our first Ewok, I mean, I can't complain too much except for the fact that he's like 2 inches tall instead of 6 inches tall. I mean, he's scaled at the 6-inch level, so of course he's small, but he costs the same. That's my big thing, is it's tough paying the same price as you do for all the other figures and get a lot less for it because the figure itself is small. But for real, a reality doesn't exist where I'm still alive and I'm not buying any of these characters or figures. So yeah, I'm gonna get all of these. I've got the 2 carbonized ones on pre-order. I've got the other 4 not on pre-order because they're not up for pre-order yet, but I'm watching, I'm waiting. I'm gonna get them when they come out. I guess there's one last thing, is I've seen this picture float around as part of the Black Series announcements, and it is not. This IG-11 with Child is actually from SH Figuarts, and you can tell because the IG-11 doesn't look awful. This is not part of the Black Series, so if you see people reporting that it is, don't get your hopes up. It is not. And I guess I get to end the video on kind of a downer. Sorry guys, but that's it for the Star Wars Black Series news. Let me know down the downstairs area, what are you looking forward to? Is this what you were expecting? I was expecting more Rise of Skywalker news because today the Rise of Skywalker came out. So I was kind of expecting to see maybe like a new Poe or a new Finn or an announcement for those leaks. There's a lot of figures that are on the rumor list, but they haven't been announced yet. At least 2 of these figures I was not expecting to see. I'm not complaining, it's just not what I was expecting, but that's kind of a good thing sometimes. Let me know down the downstairs area, is this what you thought it was? Are you looking forward to any of these? Because I am. And we can have a fun discussion about it. I love to read and respond to all the comments. I'd also like to take this moment to thank these people here for supporting me on Patreon at a Black Series level or higher. It makes me want to do these videos even more, but I would also still do them, especially right now, because I literally have nothing better to do with my time. So thanks everyone that has their name on this list. If you want to see your name on this list, go ahead and check out my Patreon down in the downstairs area. I think there's a link probably somewhere up here too. If you don't want to, that's fine, I get it. If Patreon's not your thing, there's a couple different ways also down in the downstairs area where you can support my channel that doesn't cost anything. Up to and including liking, sharing, subscribing, hit the bell for notifications. All that stuff goes a long way to helping out the channel. And make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos in this desperate time of need that a lot of people have for entertainment. And with that, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for getting this far. And I'll see you later. Bye.